my friends. I was about to jump in telepathy 4. Maybe some dope today. Maybe some glitch. But then, I saw that Death Battle has created a new comparison between two characters that I am very familiar with. And I had to jump right on it. I cannot believe this. Guys, I cannot make this up. Look at this. Freaking Killua versus Misaka versus the Railgun. Bro! Let's make this crap. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It's pretty obvious that Killua's gonna take this, but Misaka's gonna make it interesting as heck. That girl's cocky. She's powerful. And she's grabbed a lot of cool abilities ever since the first freaking season of her show. So this is gonna be fun. Like, guys, let me stop talking, man. I'm so excited for this. I have not reacted to a Death Battle in so long. I don't even give a crap. We're doing it. We're doing this right now. Right freaking now.
Let's do this.
This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp and HelloFresh.
Oh, I'm so ready. Okay, stop.
Killua Zoldyck, Hunter
crazy.
Hunter's prodigious lightning assassin.
Misaka Mikoto, Academy City's ace electric princess.
Question: what is more terrifying than the all-powerful crackling might of lightning?
Lightning in the hands of cocky, hyper-talented teenagers.
Yep, you know
the worst
this.
combination. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Lads, I'm rooting for Mikasa. Because obviously Killua's gonna win. Like, Killua's gonna take this, he's gonna run with it, he's gonna shoot it with lightning, he's gonna do whatever. Like, But, I'm rooting for Misaka anyway because I love her. A Certain Magical Index was one of the first animes that I really liked when I was a child. And it's been out for so long, I have not been able to get into the sequels, which is alright, that's okay. But I did love it. I actually returned to it later in life. So, as great as Hunter x Hunter and Killua are, I'm going for me. I'm gonna hope and pray for Misaka that she somehow pulls some random trump card out of her butt to destroy this overpowered little monster.
The Zoldicks, a vicious family of assassins known the world over. So infamous for their killing techniques, a single photo of any member sells for millions.
You don't want to be the target of their next family outing. But like all families, there's bound to be a rebel.
As was the case with the middle child, Killua.
You ain't wanna
They
kill.
seriously named him Kill? Hardcore.
Well, it might be a pun on the term kilowatt,
It
but
is.
kill is apt, given he's been trained in past tensing people since he was 3.
I'll say, at age
3.
14, he was strong enough to open a 64-ton door. Jeez, what kind of workout did his family put him through? Somehow, it gave him 6 skater skills, extendable claws, and rhythm echo, a technique that lets him fool people's senses with just his feet.
More accurately, by manipulating
Aw,
the
the little
cadence
black
of his
girl. I
footsteps,
love her.
Killua can create an auditory illusion, capable of tricking even extrasensory abilities.
Killua was a heck of a prodigy, but despite being able to effortlessly rip out hearts, his family still thought he wasn't cold-blooded enough.
Fed up, he ran away.
That's
Not
crazy.
to the circus, but to the Hunter Association. An
he could
association of
So he could kill for fun and for money instead of for his family.
people who
I know.
hunt stuff. There, he tested himself in the Hunter's exam and inevitably had gone head over heels for his new friend, Gon.
Hey!
Oh god, Wiz, are you still taking those waste-of-time improv classes?
Yes, and I think it's going pretty well.
Killua's family didn't like him making friends, so they sat him down and then calmly and politely tortured him mercilessly as punishment. It was only thanks to Gon that Killua finally convinced his old man to let him go out on adventures with his buddies.
But this change of heart was no act of compassion. Killua's father saw his freedom as just another step in molding him into a better killer. And in some ways, he was right.
He was.
Through his adventures, Killua learned Nen, an invisible life force that...
Yeah, it's key. It's always key.
It is very much
Actually,
key.
this one's a bit more complicated. You see, Nen is utilized through 4 main principles. 10 for containing your aura while defending from physical and mental attacks, Zetsu for relieving fatigue and masking your presence, Ren for bolstering strength and influencing emotions,
That's pretty standard so far.
and Hatsu, the unique way in which one's Nen is expressed. This comes in many forms, but all fall into one of 6 types, which represent how proficient a Nen user is at certain techniques.
So it's an RPG class system?
More like a hybrid class system, because most users actually fall somewhere between 2 categories, giving them differing degrees of proficiency. Techniques from these Nen categories can even be further enhanced by adding rules to their use.
Oh.
Then there are the advanced principles, which...
Oh god, okay, I get it.
But we haven't even talked about Killua's Hatsu yet. Killua is a transmuter enhancer, i.e. he specializes in transmuting his aura into different forms and enhancing the power of himself and others. He uses his aura to...
He makes lightning!
Okay.
Yes, in Killua's hand, lightning becomes a deadly weapon that he can fire down as a bolt, channel through his arms, or send through metal objects.
Like his super alloy yo-yos. These bad boys weigh up to 50 kilograms.
Ooh, I forgot that his lightning is invisible to humans. That might make it a little bit harder to dodge. Then again, Kilua was already overpowered as it is, so it really does not matter.
See, that's how you make a pun, Wiz. Packing enough force to shatter trees like I just shattered Wiz's confidence.
He was so
Add in
surprised by
Killua's
that.
lightning, and he can electrify anyone who touches them.
And this isn't some magic-y schmagic-y lightning. His bolts have been identified as the real deal more than once.
Meaning, Killua is certainly as fast as actual lightning, especially when he uses it on himself to bust out Godspeed, a form that greatly amplifies his agility and power, letting him bypass his synapses to reflexively react to threats.
For regular folk, that much voltage would be too much. But thanks to Killua's training, he can shrug off over 1,000,000 volts of electricity.
He's also exceptionally crafty. In a Nen fight, every move matters, and strategy almost always triumphs, even against greater strength.
Killua used these powers to battle world-renowned thieves, bomber mercenaries,
Bruh.
and ants.
That may not sound like much, but these Chimera ants were brutal.
Holy frick, let me get out the way, bro. Like, you guys can't even see these. How?
Murdering and eating people by the hundreds of thousands, then threatening billions. Reminds me of an old experiment. Gone horribly wrong.
Killua understandably wanted to bail, but Gon pulled him back in, much to his frustration.
Killua wanted to be there for Gon emotionally, but could not comprehend why he was risking so much against the Chimera ants, going as far as becoming a monster.
In other words, Killua was crushing really
Whoa, what the
hard,
frick? Okay, screw this. I'm gonna be right back. Stupid things cause me trouble.
Horribly wrong.
Killua understandably wanted to bail, but Gon pulled him back in, much to his frustration.
Killua wanted to be there for Gon emotionally, but could not comprehend why he was risking so much against the Chimera ants, going as far as becoming a monster.
In other words,
They're the
Killua
same
was
people.
crushing really hard,
That's
but
it.
didn't know what to do about Gon's simple-minded impulsiveness. It didn't end well for anyone.
It wasn't all doom and gloom, though. Killua held his own against some of the Chimera ants' best, surviving this forest-consuming blast from one of their captains.
Which, judging by its size, was worth several kilotons.
And he later injured a top-ranking royal guard, Yuppie.
Sure, he ran for the hills the moment Godspeed wore off, and isn't as strong as the weird horseman, but even just damaging someone who can make a crater like this is nothing to sniff at.
But amidst all the fighting, Killua still could not get his family out of his mind. Literally.
As in, his brother, Illumi, put a needle in his head, forcing him to be controlled by self-preservation, ensuring he'd always run when victory isn't guaranteed. Wiz, you think you can call CPS for that?
Thankfully,
Yeah.
after some much-needed self-surgery
That's
and self-reflection, Killua removed it, overcoming his mental barrier and ready to risk his life for those he cherishes.
Good.
Which he did when he finally got himself and his dear sister Alluka away from their demented family. He even brought Gon back from the brink of his creepy Nen coma.
Let's
But despite
go.
how valuable Gon was as a friend, Killua realized his unhealthy dependence on him.
So he decided to travel with and protect Alluka, finally realizing what he wants to do for the rest of his life. Oh god, the tearful romantic parting!
Still, if Gon or Alluka ever need help, Killua is sure to come running.
ready to Killua anyone dumb enough to mess with him or those he cares about.
Right, as he should. I actually like those conclusions where characters who have those unhealthy dependencies that drive the plot realize that this is not supposed to be a thing that happens, because it does happen more often than you think, especially on Netflix shows and Amazon Prime shows and crap like that, where the entire plot is driven around protecting one person. Hell, we even got Life is Strange. The whole series started with Max and Chloe. you sacrifice the entire frickin' town to save one girl, and that's like the canon ending. So
This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp.
It can be easy to spend all your time on your work, your friends, your family.
we never
But
got
how
a
much
proper
time do you
conclusion
actually
for that
spend on
one,
yourself?
because Max
Therapy can be an incredible asset to your mental
just gave
health,
in to her
even if you don't think
dependence,
you
never
need it
really
right at
solved
this
it.
moment.
Plus,
A
we
lot
never
of these
even saw what
problems can
happened
be hard to
after
spot
that.
Without self-reflection and an outside perspective.
It is what it
It's
is.
easy to accept things the way they are without realizing that maybe they could be better. Everyone can benefit from becoming the best version. .com/deathbattle today to get 10% off your first month. That's
Never.
BetterHelp, HELP.com/deathbattle.
I need therapy, but I'll never get it. Ever.
Academy City, a sprawling metropolis filled with schools where espers train to master their supernatural abilities.
Most of these youngins dream of rivaling the best espers, but only a few are hardworking and smart enough to do it.
Among them being Tokiwadai Middle School's Level 5 Electro Master, Misaka Mikoto.
Hardworking and smart are one thing, but you also have to have that natural talent. So
Level 5? So she's a Pokemon, but an anime girl.
Each esper's power and utility is ranked, with
a
level
Snivy
5
that
being the
beat Pikachu.
highest they can normally achieve.
And after working up to that level, Misaka
Sweet.
became unstoppable. She can magnetize herself to metal, electrically enhance her physique, sense her surroundings through an electromagnetic radar, and generate billions of volts.
In addition, she can make iron sand from disparate particles in the air to form tornadoes, body decoys, or a sword that vibrates at rapid speeds for enhanced cutting power.
Just what an anime girl needs, a chainsaw. Man, if she gets serious, Misaka can even make a friggin' 6 million ton kaiju out of it.
With such tremendous power, Misaka put an end to many crimes, earning fear among criminals, admiration among her peers, and lots of personal pride in her abilities. There was nothing she couldn't overcome.
Nothing except the bane of all tsunderes, a frizzy-haired, dumbass anime protagonist.
Exactly.
Enter Kamijo Toma, a level 0 nobody who Misaka could not harm,
Because he can nullify her powers.
no matter how many times she tried.
Oh, I hate you, but I secretly love you, and it'll work out in the end. Shut up! But she'd have more than a dork like Toma to worry about. As amazing as Academy City is, it's more corrupt than New York real estate. Years ago, Misaka gave some shady scientists a sample of her DNA, being promised it'd help cure tons of fatal diseases.
Instead, they made tens of thousands of clones of her, sending them all to be slaughtered one by
Ay,
one.
caramba.
Specifically against another level 5 and A-tier edgelord named Accelerator. By farming all these clones, they hoped he would finally get enough EXP to become a mythic level 6. Is that seriously all it takes? How does this Esper stuff work?
Just
Glad you
farming
asked.
experience.
Espers represent the scientific side of the world, a side I'm so familiar with. All espers possess an involuntary movement or AIM diffusion field that manifests their power, letting them consciously alter reality.
Changing reality with your mind. Isn't that just magic?
Au
Yes.
contraire, Boomstick,
It
it's
is
quite
just magic.
scientific. Look at Misaka's signature move, the railgun. Many real-life railguns use a set of parallel conductors to generate Lorentz force. By envisioning imaginary rails between herself and her target, Misaka can create a similar yet greater effect, accelerating the speed and kinetic force of a projectile, usually a coin, into a concussive bullet. It's beautiful.
Still magic.
It's science.
How long are you gonna be nerding out over this?
It's still
Come on,
magic.
this is like my one thing. Where was I? Oh yeah, thousands of dead clones.
Ugh.
Traumatized by the endless slaughter, Misaka felt enormous guilt. You see it all the time with horrific experiments.
Sure, buddy.
She worked for days to end the clone project, but concluded it would have to end with her sacrifice.
Yep.
But Toma butted in, giving Misaka the support she needed in her darkest hour, while also punching out Albino Magneto with his Esper-proof fist.
Misaka had shouldered her burden for so long that she forgot how to rely on others. This wake-up call from her newfound crush was exactly what she needed.
But even with Accelerator decelerated, Misaka kept fighting Academy City's underbelly, all to protect her friends and free her sister clones she befriended. She dealt with a lot of trouble on the way, but had the power to do it.
In her battle with a killer cyborg lady, Misaka conjured a city-spanning storm, which, by measuring the size of the cloud relative to the city,
Jesus
would require
Christ.
over 58 kilotons of energy to make.
Kilowatts. She's also fought other level 5s, not just Accelerator.
Kilotons.
She got into a middle school beef with a snobby telepath,
Literally.
fought this explosive weirdo, and dodged particle beams from an
Explosive
unhinged
weirdo.
Karen.
The electrons of which can
Jesus.
accelerate to high relativistic speeds.
It's no shock. Misaka's reactions are that fast, given her lightning has been stated to be light speed on 5 different occasions.
Yeah.
More than just her powers, though, Misaka's greatest asset is her intellect.
It might not look it, but high-level espers constantly perform tons of nerd math just to make their powers work.
And understanding other powers has been just as vital to Misaka's survival. Take her bout with the magic Valkyrie, Brunhild.
Remember when Wiz said espers were the science side of the world? Well, these weirdos are packing the magic. A single mistake from Misaka could have meant death, but she still stalemated Brunhild.
Now, Brunhild was still stronger and faster, but it is impressive Misaka was able to harm a saint, who are normally only deployed against foes capable of leveling mountains. One such foe, Hell, froze 100 kilometers of ocean.
You'd think this means Misaka can take on all sorts of magical baddies. But alas, the power creep says otherwise.
He's actually serious. When you're dealing with crazy magicians and magic gods, even a level 5 Esper struggles to keep up. Misaka valued her abilities so highly that she struggled to maintain her self-esteem when they weren't enough.
A shame Misaka cares so much about getting stronger when Toma appreciates her as a person first and foremost.
While certainly a flaw, that ever-persistent hard-headedness will also keep Misaka around, no matter the stakes.
So watch out, because this pint-sized 14-year-old is quite literally a walking railgun.
Yeah. And they work so well together, man. When Toma wouldn't let Misaka die just because she wanted to. She was like, oh no, I gotta go sacrifice myself. Yeah, no, screw that. Bro, it's all just passion. But it turns into something more. It's amazing.
This episode is sponsored by Hello
Ingredients and
What a from the
been straight
10 minutes
I want to see
life's
them fight.
cut meals.
I want to
set.
see the
We've run the
children
data
fight.
through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
Freaking faces. I want to see the children fight.
Hey, that's mine. I've been looking for it all day. Give it here.
You want it? Come and get it.
Bro, she's not just gonna kill somebody for that.
Coins, huh? I had a butler who used these.
What?
Focus. It's a trick of sound, not sight. Gotcha.
Smart girl has an
He's good at
advantage.
hand-to-hand. Better keep my distance.
She has stronger lightning. Gotta get in close.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Not really. Not really. They're both extremely intelligent. They're both extremely powerful lightning users that can move the speed of light. Kilua, he's got the physical strength advantage by a ridiculous margin. Mikasa has more powerful magic. This is gonna be fun.
No problem.
But it's just her magic that's more powerful. Her durability is so much worse. There's so much. She's less durable, for God's sake. That's what I'm trying to say. And not as strong. That's
No time to break.
might be a weakness. Huge weakness.
Now's my chance.
You don't know when to quit!
Come on, Mika, so you're just as fast as he is. At least your lightning is as fast as he is. And so is you. Your reflexes, too. Dang, son. Made her a bobblehead. Now the guy kid comes out.
Catch this!
He jumped on it. This little stinker. No!
She's keeping this thing together with electromagnetism.
Meaning it can be disrupted!
Exactly. Oh, he grounded her. That prick. No!
Wait a minute.
I think I left my conscience on your front doorstep. That was the clone, wasn't it? Whoa!
Distance, 35 meters. Altitude, 45, 40, now.
You killed your clone, you jerk! How could you do that? He killed the freaking clone, man. Just give it
The
your
angle,
win.
the electromagnetism, the science. It's...
All right, take a breather there, champ.
Whew. While Killua's assassin training made him a vicious threat, Misaka's abilities and know-how gave her the counter she needed in this mind-numbing battle of wits.
Killua could survive kilowatt-ton level blasts, and given some leeway, could scale to Yuppie, whose crater feat was worth 18 megatons of TNT.
Impressive, but the storm Misaka created beat anything Killua has done directly.
Easily.
And given similar scaling to Brunhild, who Misaka not only harmed but stalemated, her output could reach hundreds of megatons of TNT.
God
Meaning,
dang.
no matter which numbers are used, Misaka would always have the advantage in raw electrical power.
No surprise there. Killua may have shrugged off 1,000,000 volts of electricity, but Misaka can dish out and survive billions.
Still, both characters have contended with and harmed stronger opponents, and the two power systems they work under have allowed weaker opponents to defeat stronger ones in the past.
So might alone wouldn't net either a win. Plus, Killua was way better at hand-to-hand and physically
Way better.
stronger.
Knowing his
Extremely.
crafty assassin skills, things could have gone south for Misaka if she wasn't careful.
But fortunately for the railgun, she was. Her fight with Brunhild shows she knows how to deal with tough, up-close threats while keeping her distance.
And being able to dodge particle beams meant Misaka was more than fast enough to react to even Killua's lightning-quick
Exactly.
speed.
Add to that her bigger pool of powers, and she had plenty of ways to counter Rhythm Echo, since Killua was lightning, or just pin him in place long enough to pull off a railgun finisher. Killua was strong, but he wasn't gonna outmuscle 6 million tons of iron sand.
Killua was a prodigy in all things Nen, lightning, and killing, but Misaka's varied electro powers, quick reflexes, and scientific brilliance let her cash in a win.
But hey, at least she let Killua keep the change.
Dang.
She Killua'd him.
The winner is Misaka Mikoto. Thanks for watching. Stay
Nah, screw all that. See, that's my girl. That's my girl. Let's go. Let's go. I told you the Misaka. That Misaka. Jesus Christ, I keep going back to Attack on Titan. I told you the Misaka had it, guys. I mean, no, I didn't. I thought that Kilua was gonna outmuscle the heck out of her, but that was only if he got close. Our girl is smart enough to keep that from happening. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I underestimated you, Misaka. Man, I was rooting for you. I was rooting for her the whole time, though. You guys saw it, okay? You can't lie and say I wasn't. But the clone died, bro. She let the clone die. That's so messed up. That's so messed. Whatever. In any case, that was Death Battle Killua versus Misaka. Frickin' hell, I forgot. Hunter x Hunter. I was about to say Kill a Kill. That's the Hunter x Hunter versus a certain scientific railgun. I hope that you guys enjoyed. If you did, like, subscribe, comment, share, all that good stuff. And just keep being awesome, okay? You're loved, you're appreciated, and you're gonna do amazing things. Especially in the summer. Loving the summertime. Let's go. Okay. Okay, for real. I'm out this time. Peace.